Hey, I'm Nick and I want to talk about something. So this is why I'm sitting here in this wave very seriously. So let's get into it. Do I have to get a degree to be an artist and to be an illustrator? The short story is, don't spend £9,000 a year. Instead, do short courses, build your own portfolio, build your own community, and make your own briefs. And I feel these things collectively can be as good and as educational as university can be. Now, the most important thing is that I don't want to shun any universities, and I don't think that they are terrible. I don't think they're a waste of time. I think if it feels like the right thing for you, then 100% go for it. Don't second guess it. But if you're thinking, is there another way? Do I have to do this? Is that the question that's on your mind? And I just want to say you don't. You don't have to. That isn't the only option. And I'm going to lay out 4 things that you can do yourself that will build your portfolio, that will build your confidence, and that will get you started on track to being a freelance illustrator, being a freelance artist. This is a video that I wish I could have seen way back when I was looking at what to do next. So what are the 4 things? The first thing is short courses, which is an obvious one because obviously learning is involved. There's skills in certain things and certain subjects. You can either go to in person and have face-to-face almost classes and workshops. There's online courses and there's even YouTube tutorials. There are incredible YouTube tutorials that are free, that are out there, just a Google search away. So just think about that as well. Like if there's something you really want to learn at uni that's a very specific thing, say you want to learn about printmaking, research short courses and night courses. And also the good thing about courses that are face-to-face, that gives you that studio environment. You get to meet people who are like you, still get to critique, so you don't lose that sense of community so much if you do choose to do courses over going to a degree, going to university. I did a course of screen printing actually, and it was once a week for 12 months. It was just under £300, which is nothing compared to the £9,000 a year you're paying at uni, So if you're thinking of spending money to go into uni, think about how that money could be best spent, maybe, arguably. Second thing, building a portfolio. The portfolio is the most important thing. I mean, that goes without saying, but it's just kind of, if you don't go to university, this is you building your portfolio yourself. It's what gets you jobs. It's what people search for. It's what people stumble across. Your work is what speaks. It doesn't matter about what grades you get. The portfolio is the only thing people are interested in. It wasn't really something I thought about when I was at uni. And again, if you want to go to uni, then I hope you have that in mind. Like, I'm building my portfolio. It's the most important thing. But yeah, talking about this, how to do it on your own, how to build a portfolio. It's so simple. It's just making loads of work, so much work you don't know what to do with. Just keep making, never stop making. Every time you make something, generally, it gets better and better and better each time. That's just how it works. It's like a simple maths equation. Just the more you add, the higher the number, the higher the score, the better the art, So just keep making. It kind of merges with the third point, which is writing your own briefs. How to create these pieces of work. The best way is to come up with something you want to communicate. You can write your own briefs so easily. I think it's something we don't think about, and it's definitely something I didn't think about before I was going to university, or when I was thinking about maybe going. I didn't know how I would ever come up with ideas. How do I know what to do? I don't know what to do. Maybe they'll teach me. And really, it just comes to, I can give you an idea right now. If you want to look into editorial illustration, for example, literally just grab a magazine, grab a random article, read it. Don't look at any of the images associated with it if you can. Just read the article and then pretend that magazine had sent you the article and said, we need an illustration that goes with this article, that communicates what's happening. Boom! You've got a pseudo editorial piece, and it's such an easy thing to do, and anyone can do it from anywhere. So I really recommend that if you want to come up with something, or if you're struggling to think of ideas. But yeah, writing your own briefs is just the most important thing. The other thing is that you are focusing on building a portfolio because you eventually want to get work. You want to make work that employers and future employers will see and be like, hey, we want this, we want this. You want them to be picking the work that you're making so that you get jobs where you're actually making stuff you really want to make because it was based off of your portfolio, which was stuff that you really wanted to make. You know what I mean? I feel like I haven't breathed. I haven't breathed yet. Why am I so tense? Need to relax. Just really want to get this message out there, man. So say you wanted to, I think a big belief is that, oh, I can't wait to get this kind of job. Oh, my dream job would be to do this. Write down what your dream job would be and then make a fake version of it. You can make these projects, you don't have to wait for someone to tell you or to ask you or to pay you to do it. And putting that on your social media, adding that to your portfolio. It's when you say it out loud, it's easy, but I know back in the day I just didn't think about this as being an option. I didn't think about how I had control and how I could just make it myself. I just felt like I'd be lying or I'd be cheating, oh, this is a fake version of something. This is a fake. Yeah, it is. You're waiting for that job, but people can see the work that you would do, and that is how you get people to notice you, and that's how you get work that you want to be doing. So just think about all the things you wish you could do and find a way to replicate that, find a way to make it. You know what I mean? It's this kind of thing. It's this kind of thinking that I guess I know now, but I didn't know before. And there were so many worries before. I just didn't feel like there were any options. I maybe didn't feel confident, but what I know now is that it doesn't take confidence, it just takes bravery to put your work out there and to trust that your work will get better and better and better. Because don't get me wrong, it can beat you down, you can feel so miserable, and it's hard, it's really hard work. But just never giving up and having that resilience to keep going, just trusting in the process, really great things can happen. And just persevering with it. It's just, if you persevere at something, you will get to where you want to be. It's just the way it goes. You just have to trust it. And the fourth thing, there is a fourth point, which is community. Community is an important one because granted, there is totally an easier community that is formed. It's just instantaneous kind of community at university. But you can build your own community again and again using social media. It's just such a powerful tool to do that, to find artists who are similar to you. If you find even just 1 or 2 people, that's totally possible to do. And you can collaborate, you can do work together and grow together. It's just invaluable. So I really would encourage that as well if you're not going to university, is to try and find your own community in some way. But yeah, it's totally possible. And the main thing is that, yeah, you don't need to go to university, you don't need a degree. It's not a necessary thing to be an illustrator or to be an artist. And again, I don't want to poo-poo it or shun it or say it's terrible, because it's definitely not terrible. It's just my opinion and an important thing to say, I think, because society just kind of teaches you that the only way to do a job is to have been educated beforehand in that subject and been given a grade and been given a mark. And I think with art and illustration, it's a grey area, and I don't think it fits that education system quite as well, or at least it doesn't solely fit into that structure. There are other ways to do it, and I think it's really important to talk about those other ways, because not everyone has £9,000 to spend a year. So I hope this video helps you in some way. I know I'm talking super candidly. You might be like, never talk candidly again, Nick. Don't do it. But yeah, I really hope that helps. Thanks so much for watching. If you watched this far, do let me know if this was helpful. That would be nice to know. And yeah, again, definitely ask questions. I will answer them in the comments below. If there's anything on this subject, or if there's anything that you feel like I missed, let me know. I might create another video on this or along these themes. I think it's a really important conversation and discussion to have. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. If you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, then I guess that's it. But yeah, I really hope that helps.